Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another recorded game broadcast of the DoD 3v3 tournament finals. I think I said broadcast too. Anyway, if you missed it, I did the semifinals about last week. And now I'm on to the finals. So the semifinals, if you haven't watched them and you're seeing a scoreboard at the top, don't look. It's too late, I guess. You already got spoiled. But the semifinals were two great, really good series. And hopefully our finals will be just as good. And this is a best of 5. The DoD, Deities of Death, is their personal little tournament. The winning team gets some money. I'm not sure how much exactly. And so far it's been a pretty great tournament, and the finals were played just a couple days ago, and now I have them for you. So hopefully the finals will be just as good as the semifinals. I'm just going to make sure I got everything, looks like it's all loaded up. And this guy wants a little more help. You'll have to wait, sorry. Anyway, we will get into these games. So game 1. Why does it say I'm live on YouTube but not on Twitch? Let me see, because I've been having some issues with YouTube lately. Okay. Oh, it's on the YouTube. It's on the Twitches. So, should be good to go. Alrighty, game number 1 is Anatolia. So one of these two clans would have picked this. I am thinking probably our team Smurfs up on the top right. The Bonaire team likely picked this because generally F2 always picks Medit. So this was probably Bonaire's team. Yes, I knew you had nothing to do tonight. So Bonaire versus F2 on Anatolia. So I missed the god choices here. So on the bottom is F2, and they've got Gold Lion is Ra, and then Skady is Zeus, and player is Hades. Well, that's interesting that he would go Hades. On the top is our Bonaire team, and we have Poseidon for Adrian. We have Thor for Abdullah, and then we have Isis for Bonamed. So one Greek, one Egyptian on each team, and then F2 has a second Greek, and Bonaire has has a Norse, actually, a Thor. So Bonaire with their Thor might be trying to get a super rag, in which case he's going to want to at least win on water to benefit it. Who do I think wins it? Well, I think F2 wins. I don't know the results. I think F2 wins. Honestly, I think that F2 and then the team they played in the semifinals, this board did not cooperate where he wanted it to. I think F2 and then, UCA team that they played in the semifinals, I think those are the best two teams. I feel like the Smurf team and then the Shelby team were both a little bit worse as far as their quality of play. But Team Bonaire, whoever they may be, are still very good. But it's hard to beat. I mean, you got Player, Goldline, and Skady are all three really good. Did I figure out who Bonaire are? I don't know for sure. There might be some viewers who know by the time the stream is over. They could maybe say. I don't know if their IDs were verified after the games, but I'm pretty sure I know who they are. I'm pretty sure that Abdullah is Brickhead, and then the other two players are Spoeft and Indivision. I'm pretty sure of that. Someone suggested something along those lines the last game, and I'm pretty sure that's right. So Spoeft is probably our Egyptian here. Indivision probably our Poseidon. Hello, Zepchi. So you've got, I think it's not Brick, it's Count. I don't think it's Count. I don't think he's playing. I think it's Brickhead. It could be Count, but I think it's Brick. I do know. Well, what's the fun in knowing? It's more fun not knowing and guessing. But we're gonna talk about our strategy here. So we've got F2 is double docked on the bottom. I double dock. Yes, count. I'm gonna go brickhead, but it might be count. I'm not sure. I'll go with brickhead. But anyway, about the game. So we've got F2 double docking on the bottom. What I mean by that is 2 players from their team have docked on the bottom, and then 2 players from Bonaire's team have docked on the top, which generally you actually see most players by habit or otherwise docking on the bottom. So Abdullah docking on the top is a little bit slightly abnormal, I guess. But what this does mean is that it's a 2-on-1 on each side of the water. And I would think it actually, the way the 2v1 is playing out here, I think it benefits F2. So yeah, you can get your Egyptian building a ton of docks, but I would think Skady would probably go more of hoplites to kill the docks, and it's more of a problem, I feel like, in this game for Egyptian to lose water than Greek. And because he's Hades, he can still defend pretty well and still get underworld and such. But I feel like your Greek can kind of react better from losing water than your Egyptian can. So I think assuming that the 2-on-1 wins on the bottom and the 2-on-1 wins on the top, that it'll hurt Bonaire a little bit more. Egyptian really need that food. Greek can kind of get away with it a little bit. So we'll see how hard players are fighting, though. Because then that even allows Gold Line. He can essentially... He doesn't even really have to do much on water. I mean, I don't know why he made all these docks anyway. It's a little bit unusual. Can I do text? Okay, cool, I can. Alrighty, so let's get into it. It's been a few days, or about a week since I've done some recorded game stuff. So we were getting pretty standard, yeah, Bone Adrian up. Oh, Poseidon went up with the Pestilence. And this is going to be a problem. It looks like already that Abdullah is going up really slow, so he's not even making boats yet. Which tells me he's going land. And I think that's a problem for him. Skady can go land because he has hoplites that have super high crush armor or crush damage, or well, bonus against buildings. Oh, he's getting another town center. Yeah, so definitely purple is going for a quick rag or a strong rag. But I think you get more benefit out of just beating F player and getting him off the water, because green isn't going to be able to beat player on water, so the player's going to be able to fish. And oh, we have a shifting sands by Gold Lion. Oh, he got everything too. Now that hurts, because there's not a single unit here anymore, and he only ended up losing 1 Herseer, and nope, 2 Ulfsarks. I mean, that's a really good shifting sands, really good. And now he's got throwing axeman that might get thrown by the Minotaur. Yep, there he goes. And now we have a Herseer coming out, and that is really slowing that down. Meanwhile, on the bottom, Gold Lion is going really heavy on boats, and Ahmed is not making boats. You have to make at least, well, he is. He's making a few. And Skady is going heavy on land. In fact, I thought we would maybe see Skady go to the docks. He is opting instead to attack on right through the middle of Bonamed's base. But yeah, this shifting sands, that was a really good play. I mean, it's already slowed him down at least a minute. So it'll probably be like 2 or 3 minutes that'll slow him down. And we have, you know, a little bit of a push on here, but even if he's off of this gold mine, he's got another here. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I guess they saw the dock spam and like, well, how long would it take for us to kill all these docks? What's the point? So you'll go to, I guess he'll push on land. I don't think he'll be able to push through 2. Yeah, but he's going after, yeah, Ragnarok's is saying it might have been better for him to go after Bon Abdullah, and yeah, I agree with that actually. That's some good thinking there, because yeah, when they, ooh, okay, we got restoration used. Did we ever have, we never even had, you never used pestilence either. So your player's gonna win. Well, he might have to fall back because he's fighting underneath all the docks. But yeah, that's a good point. That this army, Skadi's army, should have gone to Bon Abdullah's base. And oh, gotta watch out for your boats here. Green not quite fighting this as good as he could. A lot of idle time from his boats. And even though player's retreating, but that's just because fighting underneath the dock is just so hard, especially in Anatolia where you really can avoid it. And yeah, he's going hard at Ahmed. Very hard. And yeah, this is just wide open. And we have Skady has used restoration. Okay, on his army. He did it a little bit too late though and lost his Minotaur before the restoration. The slingers need to be slinging at the Toxotes here though. Oh wow. So yeah, Abdullah is definitely going for a quick rag. Definitely. He's got 2 town centers already and working on, now he's got his 4th one. And the slingers, okay, they are getting at the Toxotes. The slingers now maybe should be popping in his base here, or his town center. Because actually where they're fighting is not super great up against the Hippocon, or the Hoplite. But we'll push this army off. It did have to make 4 mercenaries, and we'll lose his Sphinx. Oh, he lost his Sphinx. That's too bad. Yeah, that is the whole army, but he still has, I mean, Boat Eco, and Gold Lion is up Hathor, and oh man, if he would have had line of sight of this as soon as he aged up, could absolutely demolish all of these villies. And we've got a stalemate up here, 1v1 on Anatolia. A lot of times this ends in a stalemate on water, where just they kind of like, just, you know, call it a truce, and both have like armies kind of looking at each other, boats or all navies technically. Now the problem is, one problem for Team Bonaire is with this quick rag is you really don't have any really good target. I mean, Hades has the stronger buildings. It did get sentinels used already. Ra is Ra and has mercenaries and a few idle vills there. Okay. And actually, Bonamed is still sneaking a few because of where some of these fish spawned. It's actually right next to the dock, so still is able to fish a little bit, not a ton. Do have this push up here on this town center, which will kill this. Not really the end of the world for Bon Abdullah. I mean, it's kind of buying him time, and losing a town center isn't exactly a big deal at this point. Is he aging up yet? He is. He's up 56%, so about another 45 seconds he'll age up. But I don't know how many villies he really has at this point. Yeah, slowing this town center down was actually pretty big. That was a really good shifting sand. So Locust Swarm. Oh, they're locusting the... Oh, that's about... Okay, so we locust a 4 dwarves. But you have this right here. Let's... Ooh, can I check Thor's pop? I can. He's at 103 of 135. And if I go over, so he is up mythic using reg. He now goes up to 228. That's not super huge. of a Reg, given the time. And you have both of his allies are not in a super great position. In fact, the 50 I can look actually. So we're looking at about 75 down to 15, about 60, which yeah isn't that great. Only the first line of upgrades. You know what? Seeing this, I think that Ragnarok's is right in that it's Count, because Count likes this strategy. And this is a terrible spot to be fighting here. This is a choke point of this. Oh, okay. Forest fire to eliminate the choke point. But still, he does have flaming weapons. He's not really wanting to use it here because all it would get would just this town center anyway. But alright, just a few here, but nothing too crazy. Okay, we'll get that town center, but still, I mean, there's just so many bases that this Ragnarok has to kill. And green, we actually have now winning the water. It looks like player's just kind of given up on it. And he's got his slow army coming over here to help out. That will defend this town center as needed. But yeah, the Reg is like kind of almost done now. Just killing a town center. And we have Pestilence being used on a Binkdol. And that's missed all of these buildings. That sucks. So now we have flaming weapons being used down here. And also another few batches here. But yeah, there's just so few, like Reg now at this point. Even after killing one town center, it's already down quite a bit. And some of these archers not quite in the greatest place. But flaming weapons and here's in the Reg versus Myth unit makes the Myth unit die so fast. Well, yeah, you're really not getting much value out of this Ragnarok. I mean, he killed one forward town center and will probably get a second. But, I mean, his only help is this Slinger army. Which you could say isn't much help. Who is winning this and why will it be Bonaire? Well, it's going to be a F2, I feel like, and not Bonaire. I mean, the one problem is that the Ragnarok on this side is being assisted with just a few slingers. We do have a little bit of a raid here. Now, theoretically, what you could try in like a 1v1 would be a gold block. But in a 3v3, you can just make a market and trade, and with your allied trade bonus, it's better than mining gold anyway. So, what's it matter? Then green, yeah, green just doesn't have much of an army, and neither does Ahmed, who now is fishing fully again, which is actually very good. So, in the end, the person that lost was player, but a very late loss, and he's getting in on this rain as well, which is definitely helpful for him. In fact, this rain was, well, I guess Gold Lions got farms too, but yeah, player did help out a lot, but I mean, I don't know if it was really needed. I mean, the Reg really probably wasn't going to go much further than it did anyway, and as it was, it didn't really go very far. It killed one town center, two town centers, and dissipated quite rapidly after that. And now we have Bone Adrian kind of losing on water, on land, even though he won on water. And player has a very high score. And we have Curse being used to help kind of solidify. We have Ancestors Eclipse over here. Oh, that was not a good Ancestors Eclipse because his army would beat this army anyway. So why didn't he use it? That confuses me. So the Curse forces the retreat on that side. The Ancestor's Eclipse forces this army to retreat, which it would have anyway. Yet player reacts well to everything. That is correct. That is why player is a really good player. And also really good in team games. And so even after the Ragnarok, the town centers are actually even. And with the Ragnarok eliminating Abdullah's eco, I mean, they're behind. The quick reg can work in like your random, team game where you're just playing a bunch of randoms, just because people don't react well to it or prepare for it all. But when you're playing a good clan, I don't think that the quick reg is really that good. And it was slowed down also by the shifting sands. And we have players all over Adrian. And that's because, well, Adrian's army's down here, but it's not really accomplishing a whole lot. Look at this gold mine here, though. And yeah, now Gold Lion at 4 town centers, and he's raw, late game raw. Oh, Bonaire is going to have a very hard time keeping that up, and Bonaire's trade route is not very good. Gold Lion has a much better one. He needs to get his upgrade. I think he does. Nope, he doesn't. Making caravans, not getting his upgrade. Yeah, this town center is going to go down. And we've got a raid in on Abdullah's resources there. Yeah, green with a little bit up here, but I mean, there's no real like lasting impact of this army. I mean, there's no siege or anything, so yeah, he might be able to raid, and we even got players already here defending. So this is quite the army here, though. The fire giant push is kind of the after effects of your Ragnarok, is that you get a ton of favor. And with the fish, he does get that. Where's my beautiful face? Well, a lot of times when I'm doing a recorded games, I prefer to not have the face cam. When I'm playing, I can turn it on, because then you can see me just live and die with every moment. So we have this fire giant push here, but it's kind of like on a little bit of an island, because behind it, we have Gold Lion taking over this corner of the map. So probably what Gold Lion can do at this now is collapse on this, and that'll be the end of player's push. And yeah, that's what he's doing, is he's killed the temple, he's bringing Osiris down, and Osiris will finish off the fire giants, and that'll be the end of this forward push. And we might have Abdullah maybe switching over to this side, because they are in a pretty good spot here. I mean, they're pretty close to player. Yeah, this is about the players that we are watching, not about me, so we don't need the webcam. Oh, and Abdullah's trying to get this town center, but it's not quite going to work out for him. A nice push, but just with Bonaire being so far behind, it allowed them to collapse on Abdullah's build there. Now Abdullah will change. Oh, he might accidentally run into all these villagers, which will maybe the fire giants will greet them with a few fireballs. We'll see if he notices. Do you notice? Do you notice? Do you notice? Oh, you just killed a deer. There you go. All right, now he notices. Oh, roast him, baby. Oh yeah. All right. Yes, this is the first game. Okay, so, well, that was a bunch of roasted bills. But here comes Osiris to save the day. We have a push here. This is the This is a big problem, though, because the Hades in this situation can defend for a very long time. The Ra, though, well, it's actually ISIS versus Ra, and our ISIS is 2 town centers and the Ra is 4. This will be a much faster push than what we'll see down here. And the fire giants are now dead, and that's kind of the main pushing power of your post-Ragnarok Thor army. And all Gold Lion needs to do is maybe just forward build just a little bit more efficiently here. He doesn't have a whole lot. He needs to upgrade his siege too, and siege upgrade is very gigantic. But yeah, player can hold this position for a very long time. Got full eco upgrades too. We got anybody aging up or anything? Or is everybody already aged? No, Bonaire is still in heroic age too. Ahmed is a little bit further behind than where he should be. Needs to get these mercenary cavalry in on the catapults. But where is Bon Abdullah's army, you might ask? Well, it's nowhere. I guess he's building a bunch of hill forts here. I don't know if... Oh, okay, so he's going for Balder Rams to try to ram through this forward base, which he might be able to. But do we have any building upgrades? Oh, we do have all the building upgrades, though. And one random Colossus. Yeah, right now his army is non-existent. Does he have the Balder Ram upgrade? He does not. He doesn't even have the Ram upgrade. Like, why would you make your Balder Rams without Balder upgrades? Then they aren't even Balder Rams. They're just awful, unupgraded portable Rams, which kind of die to towers, as we see here. And yeah, we've got this is so causing eye cancer looking at it. Yeah, and we even see that player is, even though he's down, well, actually he's equal. Did he take some of these town center? Oh, he took Skatey's back town center. So Skatey is actually only at 2 town centers, and player's at 3. And Gold Lion is also getting a Titan. And now we have the upgraded siege, and we have mercs fighting mercs because that's what they fight best. And we have Osiris up here. We now do have at least the siege upgrade, but not the Balder Ram upgrade. Now we're getting it. Okay, it's coming. But yeah, Son of Osiris and mercs can hold this position kind of for a very long time. And he's also got Skatey's army on the other side. And maybe Ahmed can hold this for a little bit. I guess he is massing towers, but really what Gold Lion needs in this situation, which I don't see any other forward builds to kind of wall off his catapults here. You know, he could put a wall right here to start off with, and then put up some towers behind the walls, and then just kind of, you know, push forward a little bit, make his next wall, and now he's got... In fact, right here probably isn't close enough, but that's what you do. Titan Gate is being built too, by the way, 35% up. And we've got a little bit of a hopeful trade block here. But they can just run down through here, and this will be a little bit harder to wall off because of towers and town centers. And we've this is kind of stalling a little bit here as well. Look at all these towers. Oh my goodness. Once really actually Gold Lion maybe you know what? Let's not push here. Let's just push right through here. I mean, the mercs, I guess, could potentially run all the way down here from Ahmed to defend, but, you know, you attack the weakest spot, which we got Skatey kind of pushing through here anyway. Yeah, he did relieve the pressure off of red, but now he's got the attention drawn to himself, and honestly, this is where F2 should be attacking. Push right through the middle. I mean, just look how little there is here. There's like almost nothing. And we do have, okay, a little bit of a forward build now. How is this wall going? Well, I guess annoyed some people. Okay, so the recorded game is ended. I did get some information. This was saved and saved and restored. So I actually have this ready to go. We will now stream the stream of the game, and we will put it up.
All right, so let's see.
Oh, let's turn him off. So I like this like narrow view here. So now this is the stream of the stream, we will look at here. And that Titan gate is up. So now this is, I think, Strasza streaming with his like very strange resolution. And we'll finish the game off, I guess, here. Even though the game, in my opinion, is pretty much over. We have a Titan coming out from a Gold Lion, and they are already pushing on the base anyway. Man, his scroll speed is so slow. It's always weird watching other people stream and like seeing their settings compared to mine, and like, this isn't quite how I do things. But yeah, this is, at least we've got like some kind of cool like old school Greek pillars here. But yeah, I can't have the I unfortunately in Age of Mythology, when the game saves and restores, you don't get the rest of that. You don't get the rest of the recorded game. And Bonaire at 26 minutes is aged up through Thoth. I guess theoretically we could just move on to the next game because this one is over. And oh my goodness, Gold Lion's building a wonder. This guy, he has no shame. But potentially, oh, we have the underworld that he has now just realized and took out a back town center for Bonadrian. And we've got Abdullah reacting. And now we've got a few Myrmidons popping through. And this is, how do you even get a resolution like this? This is like the weirdest resolution I think I've ever seen. I don't know how far this these Helipolis here need to get on the town center. Well, that's a fail underworld. Not that it matters. I don't know why you'd underworld there. The worst, not the weirdest. Okay, all right. Well, and because Gold Lion is doing what Gold Lion does best, which is just building a Titan and then building a Wonder, he's not pushing anywhere, which, if we remember from the semifinals, actually resulted in them losing a crazy game on Alfheim that ended up having two Wonders 1 second apart, which I don't think I've ever seen that before. But the Titan running around up here should close all things off. And oh, we actually have players push through the forward base here. And with the Titan wandering through and a Wonder, we're pretty much at the end of this game. I think I might just, this is just too crazy. I might have to just move over to the next game on here, and we will call it a 1-0 to F2 because that's where this game is going. So yeah, we'll do that. This is a little bit unusual. Too weird for me. So we will update the scorecard here to F2 1, Bonaire 0, and unfortunately we won't really get the full benefit of the post game. We'll look at the post game here, which is right before our save and exit. And yeah, Ahmed was just way behind. This is further behind than what he should have been. And actually, he should have been Ra instead of Isis. I feel like in a team game here, well, Isis can still do things, but I don't know. I feel like in team games, Ra is generally a better choice anyway. And yeah, we had a 75 down to, so yeah, a 60 Vil reg at 11 minutes, almost 12 minutes, which really isn't that fast. But that shifting sands did slow this all down by about a minute. So if you have the reg at, I guess, 11 minutes, does it change things? I don't really think so. Red was just too far behind because the problem was the Ragnarok was just on its own everywhere. I mean, the only thing he had to back him up was some slingers, and because Bonadrian went so hard on water, Bonadrian didn't have anything on land. So actually, the Ragnarok meant 3 armies. So that is game 1 to team kind of F2. F2 1, Bonaire 0. And we are probably going to move on to a Medit, I would think. Zeus Serrano's Zeus on Medit. Yeah. Oh, dang. Okay, alright. Yeah, so Medit. So definitely that first game was Bonaire's home map, and now this game is F2's. F2 and player specifically loves Mediterranean, and why not? Because he almost always wins. I would hate to see what what player's win rate is on 3v3 Medit is probably ridiculously high. Something I can only be jealous. Oh, this isn't good though. So if you make your storehouse close enough to a gold mine, your villagers will automatically move to the gold mine. So a bit of a scuff there, but not too bad. He noticed. So we got, who do we have down here? This is F2 on the bottom. This is player Zeus. Gold Lion is their pocket Uranos. And then Skady is also Zeus. And then on the top is Bonaire. And we've got Abdullah is Gaia. I like that. Bonadrian is Hades. And Bonamed is Zeus. I actually feel like you get, at least early game, the Gaia is better. Ozone talking trash in the chat. But late game, Uranos is better because Uranos gets access to Helios, which gets you Vortex and also upgraded Fire Siphon. Like technologies, the Fire Siphon technologies through Helios are very, very good. And your Hika Gigante is also very good. Helios basically gives Atlantean what they kind of are bad at late game, which is killing buildings. And the Helios upgrades, especially the one that gives Fire Siphons more attack, that's actually a really good upgrade. Save 3 lines every time. Oh man. What's the best god for this map? In team games, it's Zeus. 1v1, maybe not Zeus, but maybe still. This is actually a pretty poor spot for his dock here, actually. He should have spent a little bit of time to walk his village towards like the I don't know, the bulge, rather than right in this little inlet here. What do you call it? A cape? A cove? We'll call it a cove. The Cove of Gold Lion here resulted in a very poor dock placement. Yeah, Gaia is very good too, but because what you also get from Gaia is you get the ability to use trees on your allies, and you give trees to your ally Greek, it saves him a storehouse. He gathers wood faster because you gather from Gaia Forest faster than you do from non-Gaia Forest. It's actually about 11 or 10% upgrade or so for non-Atlanteans. And he should give his second trees to the other Greek as well, and then the third to himself. Yeah, I think Gaia is better than Uranos here. Early game. And generally your early game does kind of rotate into a strong late game. I don't think Gaia is sexy though. If my wife cosplayed as Gaia, I'm not sure I would go crazy about that. But Uranos also has Oceanus as well though. Oh, what kind of age ups are we seeing yet? We've got Athena. Those 3 restorations from all of our Greek players. So those are all, actually our Greeks are advancing the fastest. 20% up, 11% up. And as Athena, no. Athena's too strong. She's too much of a beast. I don't want to be beasted by my wife. Kronos good against Norse. You're talking 1v1 or team game? 1v1, you can do some things with Kronos. In team games, yeah. I think the team game Kronos is a little bit overrated, again, just because most teams aren't able to properly respond or prepare for it. As we've seen in, I forget, somebody tried to do the Kronos against, I think it was the semifinals, that UCA tried it, and it just failed miserably. because F2 knows how to respond to it. So you're getting everybody up Oceanus for Bon Abdullah, Gold Line up with Prometheus. You remind me of a movie actor, look a lot like him. Somebody suggested, somebody said the doctor from, which movie? Oh, what was it? I don't remember. Wedding Crashers, maybe? Yeah, nothing works against player, but that does. I think that's a little bit. I think it is a good example. Because if it sucks against good players, then what's the point of doing it, you know? Anyway, we've got Bon Abdullah coming down the bottom here, along with Bon Adrian, and that should result in Gold Lion coming up to help out as well. Well, actually, Gold Lion is Gold Lion's going way forward with his boats, and it's not coming here to help defend. So we'll see what happens. Aphrodite. Oh yeah, I forgot about her. She's a real hottie. I would like to see the Carnivora get used at some point. And it's not. Yeah, what makes F2 so good? A Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, I don't know. Never seen it. What makes F2 so good on Medit is that they're really good at their water to land transition. And then back to kind of Freddy Krueger. Shut up, Ozone. Skatey is. You're making me choke over here. Skatey is on the defense. So we have a full-on 2v2 on this side. So that's what we got to watch out for. 2v2s on Medit are always very important. It depends on how well the teams fight together at the same time. And nice Carnivora placement. Gets the missed the insta kill, didn't it? Oh no, I got it. It just, I don't know which one it hit. And do I have mods now? Yeah, somebody talked me into downloading a custom user interface. I mean, I like this one because it's bigger. It gives me more of a screen. You guys can see more of the screen without me having to scroll. Because we see Gold Line is already grabbing a town center, which is why they're kind of falling back on water now, because Gold Line has put that extra resources into his land town center. We have a restoration being, oh wow, we got, holy smokes, I need to pause this. We have, apparently, everybody has decided to use their restorations at the same time. All at the same spot. So, well, that sucks because each team wasted a restoration here. Because it was double restoration on both sides. So, at least if one person made some mistake, they'll both make it. So, both teams screwed that up. And in the end, it's forcing a Bon Adrian or Bonaire team to fall back, which now is not the time to be falling back, unfortunately, because that means that Gold Lion is going to be able to get his town center, and it's not going to cost him anything on water. So, right now, player is fighting this but Gold Lion is kind of back. So, I need to watch out for your boats here. And now we have Gold Lion fighting and player. Okay, now player turns. Okay. Alrighty. And I haven't watched the bottom yet. I can see my mini-map. It's pretty much a stalemate at this point. I actually think that... What do you have? 20 boats versus 18. So, actually, Skitty is slightly behind in the boat count. And we have... Gold Lion is grabbing another town center. And we have no town centers being grabbed yet from Bonaire. This is a little bit slower than player would normally grab a town center too, I feel. And this is not good positioning by Bonaire. These boats here are not in a good spot. And oh, they went way forward there too. Ooh. Carnivora used, not where you want it. But that boat comes up, gets instant killed. I always prefer putting the Carnivore behind your enemy boats so that they kind of have to go forward, and it It's just more of a positioning tool that way. But I guess he got his insta kill and you know, it soaks up some damage. And they are all in on players' boats here, and they are idle. And we have Bonaire is grabbing a forward town center. And actually are all over player now. Now this is because Gold Lion is grabbing now 2 town centers. And we have Abdullah grabbing just 1. So when you compare boats made, Abdullah has made quite a few more than Gold Lion. So now the question will be, will Bonaire get more benefit pushing player off of water as opposed to what Gold Lion gets his benefit from the faster town center grabs? Because we have Abdullah hasn't even grabbed 1 yet, and oh, we've got the scout getting thrown in. Oh, we're gonna have, okay, this is players Minotaur, which will get dealt with. Oh man. But you didn't want Bonamed losing his 1v1 though. So that kind of evened things up. Nope, I don't have any pets. So player is idle. Is grabbing his forward town center. The reason he wanted that is because if he delays his forward town center and gets his back first, he might not be able to get, he might not have been able to get this one later because of losing. And okay, so Ahmed is getting pushed in. He's actually doubled right now. He needs to keep sailing. He should not be turning and fighting this. He needs to wait until green gets behind. Okay, all right. He's no, you're running the wrong way. Oh, this is a terrible way to run. Ooh, should have ran this way. Still not the end of the world, I guess. And actually, Bonaire has now got, for now, got idle boats from everybody. From F2 side. Needs to watch out for his boats here. Pinch these boats. Don't chase these. Get these. Come on. Bon Adrian. And okay. Carnivore trying to help out here, but this Abdullah does not yet have an army. And really that usage of, okay. This will slow him down quite a bit, actually. Alright, getting in on the Villies. Needs to watch out for the Vills, though. Oh, we've got the hero coming up, and then Minotaur, and oh, Bolt used on the hero. Oh. We've got Bon Abdullah getting a little bit doubled here. We got Gold Lion coming up with his army. And yet, because Bonaire went heavier on water, they are slower on land, naturally. And Bon Abdullah not getting his forward town center, that's pretty important. He should have grabbed his forward town center first, actually. I think in Medit, you generally do want to grab your forward one first. Because it's so easy. You get this town center, and it just kind of protects this whole area here. Yeah, because now he's going to have a hard time getting it. And everybody on F2's side is on 3 town centers. Yeah, player will be shortly, and he'll actually be maybe at 4. Depends if he can hold this. I think player will be able to get it because Bon Adrian doesn't have anything on land as far as an army, other than the only thing he sent in was just his heroes. Urgent nerf for Satyr. Actually, I feel like Chaos is more of the problem than the Satyr. Getting that myth unit is so huge. A little bit of a raid. Okay, got an army here to defend this. But actually, Bonaire not in a bad spot. They do have full control of the land, of water, but the one bad thing when you don't have an Egyptian that can build like a dock in the middle is that you really don't get that much access to fish. Like, so Bonaire has won the water, but well, they got 9 fishing ships for Bonamed. You've got 8 for Bon Adrian, but 2 are way up here. Only 6 for Abdullah, so winning the water is really only a benefit of about an average of 7 fishing ships per each player. And I'm not sure why Abdullah did not follow this army coming back. In fact, he just stopped. He knew they were coming, and he stopped. And now he's getting 1 dead citizen and 9 idle. Ooh, she lives. Oh, what kind of eco upgrades for the guy? I would like to see a lot. Oh, not many. In fact, Gold Lion has more. Now he's up Hyperion, making satyrs, however. Strong A, little A, not really sure. But green being so slow to build on water is actually a bit troublesome for Bonaire. He's not even up. What kind of techs we got coming here? Apollo, oh, 3 Apollos. Abdullah's going up with Thea. So we have 3 underworlds, and we've got a bit of probably a stalemate coming on down here. One thing to note, I have not touched on this yet, is that each player has a town center in water range. So there are 6 town centers in water range, but these raids here are really, really hurting Abdullah. I don't think he anticipated the raids coming through. But this is another thing that F2 does really well, is the land pressure on Medit. You don't normally see a land pressure this early on Medit, like back land. And oh, there's one Billy here that's almost dead. Will he notice? No. Oh man, you could have killed this. Got like 1 shot would kill it. I wonder if we're having a Tartarian gate, or are we going to have Helios? Okay, so Gold Lion is aging up Helios. Bonaire is up Apollo. I feel like what Bonaire needs to do in order to win this is, as soon as somebody ages up Mythic, getting some siege boats. And you've got 2 town centers right here that you can just promptly take down with siege boats. So hopefully Abdullah is able to age up to Mythic pretty soon. Now, why in the world does he have 21 idle villagers in this town center? I know we had this here, but why don't you just fight him with your vills? Gold Lion is up. Helios. It says Atlas on the screen, but that's just wrong. And yeah, I don't know why he's being so scared of this army. He's got... Okay, we've got the Vortex or the Hika Gigantes, and we've got just 1 destroyer, but no heroes over here. Where are the heroes? Well, right there. He is Hades, so it does have additional HP. What is it? Each town center gets an additional 700 hit points, so that's helpful. But no heroes. And we have Chaos has been used here. It does get a bird. Okay. We'll get this back town center down. And that's all just because of 1 Hika Gigantes mainly. Man, yo, what's up, Colby? Yeah, they were not ready. Not ready. This raiding army has done so much damage. Made Bon Abdullah so far behind. It really slowed Abdullah down, and then gave them line of sight for their vortex. And so far there has been like no very well. Okay, here's your starting response here, which there is just 1 Hika Gigante. So once this Hika is dead, the town center will not go down. Okay, so the town center won't go. Yep, so that will stave off that attack now, but that really did slow it down. And really, you wanted your green player. How much longer am I streaming until this series is done? This is a best of 5. This could be, I could only have 2 more games. I could have 4, including this one. Alright, let's just kill these satyrs. Are we going to have another vortex here, do we think? I don't think player or Gold Lion really has an army. He's getting a Titan gate. Yeah, green is not playing a great game here. And you wanted him to be aging up quickly. So yeah, this Helios on his base was actually really big because, okay, we have an implode here. Actually is not sucking in very many units, because these all escaped. Implode is so... really is weak. It looks cool, but it's not that great. And you need siege boats to follow that it's up. Are we getting siege boats? Is anybody getting siege boats? Game is still very close. And this, I haven't really been paying too much attention to this. It's, okay, we got underworlds. So how many underworlds do we had? It does work when someone has 30. Yeah, it does, but how often do you run into that? Alright, we got a lot of players in Mythic. I want to see some siege. Okay, here are Bonadrian siege boats. They are coming. And Skady is kind of already preemptively preparing with some hammer ships. And the tower's here to protect the town center. If you could get another tower right here. Towers hit such a huge attack bonus versus boats. Like, this is like just a basic, just basic tower, and look how quick it melted that. So really, this should be a tower, and then he could safely kill these until Skady gets his own siege boats. All right, so we are seeing a few siege boats, but green needs. Okay, here's the siege boats here. Really, green can almost afford to go full water. And he would actually, with maybe just some Toxotes, because he is Hades, and Toxotes are strong. He is Hades, right? Yeah, he's the only Hades. Are they upgraded yet? They aren't upgraded then, though. How about you upgrade your siege boats, though? Alright, he's getting it. No, he's not. Yeah, he is. And purple's also getting it. So purple should not be spending the resources on his siege ship upgrade. He should leave that up to Bonadrian. Purple should just be going on land. And then, really, Bonadrian at this point going full water. So that he can get down both these town centers. Because what you need to do is you need to be able to delay. So you got this Titan coming out. If you can get control all the way to here before the Titan's there, which they're not going to be able to. They might be able to get this. Where we have another... Okay, we have another vortex right here. Along with, in conjunction with a landing. So, and he did not repair his town center from before either. Oh, because again, it's really only one siege unit, and it's gonna kill this town center because he did not repair it. Like, he could send these 9 villies out and kill the fire siphon anyway. I don't know why he's not doing that. But yeah, this is quite the forward build here. This is actually, he's going to have forced green to defend here. Like, why is he doing nothing with his villagers? Like, at least repair the thing. Chiron shooting at the Fanatic, not at the Satyr. I can't watch it. And now we have player that's going full water. Holy smokes. Shockwave on the attempted repairing villagers. And, man, they could have killed this fire siphon. Now, the one thing, this build looks great, but theoretically, if green were to make siege ships, I don't know why he's making so many hammer boats. I don't know what they're going to hammer over here. I guess I guess they'll hammer on the Satyr. But you can just make a couple siege boats and this landing is done. But we've got a Titan over here, and this Titan's a bit of a problem. What this did do, this build and everything, is require Bonadrian to come over here and completely ignore this. So that's why we have player coming back and not lose. Well, he did lose his town center, but now he's rebuilding it. And we've got a Titan with really, I don't think, any chance of a respawning Titan. We had some underworlds. They could have potentially underworlded Titan before it was built. And here it looks like Skady is... they're pretty evenly... This is still pretty even. And now they're just calling it a GG. So that was a... It actually wasn't that far behind. Like, even though Bonaire was a little bit ahead by score, going into it. They were behind because they lost their forward town center here. But they weren't that far behind where they really shouldn't have been losing this fast. But green as the pocket at a pretty poor game. The guy, and you even if you go further back than that, this is all kind of a result of Bon Abdullah not grabbing his forward town center first, which I think he was maybe afraid of coming down here and seeing Minotaur and a couple heroes on it, but he took his forward town center too slowly, never got it. That allowed F2 to be way up here with their attacks. They got these raids in. It slowed down Bonaire. Well, at least it slowed down Abdullah so much, and then also gave line of sight for that vortex, which also slowed down Bon Adrian. So even though Bonaire won the water, because they were slower in their land transition, they lost land, and then they just got overrun there towards the end. But yeah, economically, you can see ahead a little bit. In fact, it ahead all the way until the end of the game, but just outmaneuvered on land. Behind on town centers too. Like, how are they always two behind? Oh yeah. Of course they're two behind. Duh. One makes a two for a two, but yeah, just not a little bit slower in town centers. Not a huge deal, but the big one was that forward town center. So that's 2-0. So game 3 could be our last game. We could continue on, but yeah, well played. F2 is just so good on what. Even when you win the water, you still are. It's not like you win. But anyway, what are we looking at? Oh yeah, we're gonna move on to game number 3 here. What kind of map are we gonna see? We're gonna see a watering hole map. All right. Well, that changes things up quite a bit here. So watering hole. Now make an anime comeback. Alrighty, what are we looking at? Watering hole. I like watering hole. Not as a little bit too big of a map, but it's nice to see this after a couple water maps. So let's take a look at our god choices here. So Bonaire is on our top left of the map. We've got Abdullah as Loki. We got Ahmed as Ra. And then we've got Uranos as your flank. You'd almost want your Ra to be switched over. You want your Uranos to be your pocket and your Ra to be your flank. But that's okay. So Uranos, Ra, Loki versus F2's. Okay, we've got Gold Lion Thor. Interesting. Players Zeus and Skady Loki. So we've actually got our Lokis facing off against each other. Okay, I can get behind that. That's cool. And we've got Gold Lion with a Thor. I don't know if I've seen Gold Lion play Thor before, so we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of surprised he would pick Thor. I don't know if it's a bit of a flex. Oh, nice elephant spawn for him, though. That's tasty. Along with pig sticker. Really smokes those elephants so fast. But yeah, I don't know if it's a bit of a flex. I would think you would more naturally. Gold Lion kind of plays a decent amount of Egyptian anyway. Ra. You would think that would be natural to just go Ra in this spot. Looking at the map, we've kind of got these on either side. We kind of got these two forks going to the middle of the map here. So you really only got kind of this sector here to cross. Am I religious? I would think most people would consider me religious. But I am not here to push my religion on others or turn this into a religion debating stream. I am here for some Asian mythology. And that's what we show. Ooh, what relic? I want to know what relic Bon Ahmed got. No, that's all right. No, I'm probably fairly religious. It's one reason why I don't cuss. along with others. But I was taught cussing is wrong, so I do not cuss. I like to keep things PG because actually, a little bit of a side. So I have kids, and sometimes I like to when I'm around the house, maybe like tonight, washing dishes, put the stream up. Was watching some League of Legends. Don't tell me any spoilers. I'm only through the quarterfinals of the League of Legends tournament, and it's nice to be able to put on a stream that I don't have to worry about people cussing in, because I potentially would have my 4-year-old running around the kitchen, and I don't need that. So yeah, so that's yeah. Anyway, a little bit of an aside. We're back to this game. What are we going to see as far as strategies? Well, your Aranos here is going to do, or should do, the basic, advance and then go Murmillo, Terma. Did Thor take pig stickers? I would assume he did. I would hope so. Yeah, he did. Yep, he did. 0529. He did. But yeah, your Aranos should be, the basic barracks, counter barracks. Your Ra, probably a 2-town center, fast heroic. Your Thor here. Thor, I guess, kind of has to defend the Aranos, because the Aranos should take the aggression against the Thor. But you have your pocket Zeus, who is aging up Athena. Very 5-minute advance. Yeah, pig sticker is very amazing on this map. You can't. No, man, I tell you what, for Gold Lion, though. No, I am not Mormon. These are very, very, very tempting for him. And in fact, he probably can take them because he's got a. We're setting up a little bit of a cage that he's going to transport some units in, potentially. You got your Pocket Ra, which means your Zeus, if he goes aggressive. Oh, he is too. Oh, I did not see that. Yeah, well, he should have gone Rhino first, but he didn't scout him right away. All right, they are going aggressive on Abdullah. So the Loki is going to get spanked, potentially. This is what you do. So it's going to take forever for the Ra to help out. Like, with your Ra being a pocket, it's going to be about 10 minutes before he can help out with an army. Now, he will be able to help out by doing shifting some of this aggressive army here. And we have Abdullah going very defensive. Do they have line of sight? They don't. In fact, Abdullah is like a scout at nothing at all, which is very interesting. Is it Loki? But yeah, aggressive player. So double barracks. So yeah, they're going to do Athena rush. We will have a box to shift in. This is a very slow second town center too from Bonaire. Yeah, scouting like me. You are right. But he's not Ra. Because, yeah, this is slow age up here. Oh, he's building a barracks as well. Alright, so as soon as they see the Minotaur here at this time, 5:53, you should know that there is a Zeus forward build. Because there's no way that would have walked this far in that time. So should know that there's a forward build. Now so far have not done a whole lot of damage with their attack. Gotta watch out. You don't want to lose your Herseer for no reason. And now you're seeing the hoplites. I would actually shift this army right now into your box. Though the army will be able to break out. But you want to do the earliest army shift you can is what you want to go for. So the shift should be happening now. Okay. Alright, would have liked to have shifted it just before the temple went down. But getting the villa repair, that's good. You got the priest or the pharaoh to kill. Yeah, they will break out because this is a lot of attack damage versus buildings, but definitely worth it. That was a good shift because that's what you get as rise. You can't help out early on. Yeah, we did have, I don't think Adrian saw these hunters back here. Yeah, the bill was repairing inside. Yeah, he did not end up going for the rhino. They're going to say if the Zeus were to come this way, he goes for the rhinos. If Zeus doesn't help this way, he has to fall back. Alrighty, so that will have slowed the aggression down a little bit. But okay, he knows. He knows it's coming. So he is retreating his villies. That's good. What are we getting here? Okay, so we are getting some Axemen showing up. So far, Abdullah has not... Oh. Okay, there you go. Not been hurt too much from the double. The shift definitely helps things out. But... Oh, man, he's got this elephant here. Oh, man, he would want to get... Oh, these elephant are in! Ha ha ha! That sucks. Dang, who designs these maps anyway? Yeah, he did not spy Hersiers. What did Yellow spy? He spied nothing. What the heck? Yeah, you always want to... You want to spy the enemy Hersier, for sure. Yellow River map. I don't know that map. I'm sorry. If that's the extended edition map, that's probably why. Okay, what kind of age up are we seeing from our Ra? Our Ra is a little bit behind. He is making barracks units, but the range should already be in by now. And I have kind of ignored our fight down here. We have Gold Line has taken a second town center. We have a raid coming in on player, which actually this raid probably should have... Ooh! Oh, you see them? Oh, that was a good maneuver from player there. Bone Adrian could have killed 4. We'll kill... Nope, none. And we've got a few down there too. Oof. And now player is just gonna, yeah, hop right back to that hunt. Such a good reaction by player there. But with the shift into the box, it has really slowed down this push on Abdullah's base, who is hunting again and trying to mine gold back here. That is not the place to go. You kind of get into a predicament. Do you put... Oh, man, wow. Oof. This army is out of position for our defenders. Oh, nice building block, too. Oh. Oof. Oh, man. All of them. That hurts. That kind of is almost a 10-minute GG right there. Oof, 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 oof. A very slow response to that. I mean, so there you can just compare how fast player responded to the raid here to get no damage and how slow Abdullah responded to that. Because he knew those were coming. They had line of sight of those Hersier and just was so slow to move them back. That's too bad, too. And he can't mine gold. Yeah, that was about 10 vils. These Toxotes are shooting at the temple, though. And now we have restoration. Nice to get your double your restoration on 2 armies. Yeah, he has not used spy. I mean, he didn't even need to use spy to know that was coming anyway. I mean, their armies were here, and he's just going to call it GG just like that. So... that is the series right there. Very quick demolition. And that's how you abuse someone that has a pocket Ra. 3-0 F2. Just like that. Wow. The comeback will be right after spy is used. I feel like. Yeah, that was not close. No, I said going into it that I felt like the semifinals between F2 and UCA were the 2 best teams in the tournament. Just from when I watched the games, I felt like F2 VU at UCA, they both played at a higher level than the other semifinal teams. And yeah, I mean, this game, you just have your Bonaire is just, I don't know if he was aging up yet or not. He was slow. Abdullah just, that's how you punish the pocket raw. And again, in team game or normal, your normal random 6 people's getting together to play a game like you see a lot on Voobly. You don't really punish. Most teams aren't able to punish the pocket raw, but this is what you do: is you push forward, just like that. And even with a really good shift and a lot of Egyptian units to help out, is still just not enough. Egyptian classical age axemen are just so slow. Did we find out who the Bonaires are? I don't know. If anybody knows for sure, they can put them in. Again, my suspicions originally were Spoeft, Indivision, and Brickhead, but with the Anatolia, I would say it was Count. Indivision, Briefcase, and Count. Okay. So Briefcase was a player. Now, I did not expect that. Not Spoeft. Are you sure, Skatey? Is that 100%? Well, in that case, I'm actually impressed, because Briefcase is not that he's not that great of a player. Not trying to rag on him, but he would be just kind of average. Who is the ISIS on Anatolia? Indy. That was a bad ISIS game by Indivision. So Briefcase. Well, you know what? To have Briefcase actually played pretty decently. Okay. Alrighty. But, well, thanks for the reveal. I appreciate that. So, Briefcase. I would never have guessed that, ever. And I guess it's a testament to Briefcase that we were able to think that it was maybe someone like Brickhead or Count, because those are both players that would be much better than Briefcase. So, I'll take that. But would have liked to see a little bit more competitive of our finals here. But this was just well played by F2. This is what you do to punish the pocket. Punish the pocket raw. And really, what happened down on the bottom here, it was nothing really happened. Just this, and even this part of the game didn't even matter. It was all here. And if Bonadrian could have done some damage, he really should have probably come to player sooner and did some damage to him. But he never was able to. Goldline did a good job, I guess, enough of defending it. And that was really a pretty easy 3-0 for team kind of F2. And that is that. So 3-0, and that is the finals of this turn. Where's the ox cart for Skatey? Skatey, where's your ox cart, man? Where did he go? Oh, you got 2 for your wood, and you forgot 1 for your hunt. Oh, that's all right. Oh, you knew before the games? Did they tell you, or you just figure it out? Oh man, you got some elephants right here. Anyway, so that will conclude the tournament, obviously, because it's over. F2 wins. So the Skatey Gold Lion player team wins the tournament and whatever cash prize there was. So well played by them. Your ox carts are resting over here. Decided to go take a break, I guess. But anyway, so as far as I guess my stream, so I still got this 1v1 True Loke tournament going on. Oh, you figured it out. How would you have guessed Briefcase, though? I wouldn't have ever guessed him at all. Otherwise, Indivision was... Yeah, as soon as I saw that reg on Anatolia, that was Count all over. But Age of Mythology 2, well, that still won't be coming for a while. But yeah, I'm ready for it. But what we got going on in my streams upcoming now, we finished up the 3v3. Is I'm still in True Loke's 1v1 tournament. We're in the group stage, so I'll have 3 more matches to play. Why wouldn't you think In Division? In Division's a pretty solid player. Well, they teased Age of Mythology 2, or Age of Mythology Definitive Edition, but that won't be for a couple years yet, at soonest. No, there is going to be an updated AOM, just like how they're releasing Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition this week. They will be updating with AOM at some point. Yeah, you're right, Shelby. Yeah, Shelby had a really bad semifinals. Shelby ruined it for their team. He had a bunch of bad games for them. Attacking the wrong spots, wasting his entire army before flaming weapons, I believe, which he does that sometimes. So yeah, Shelby cost it. Otherwise, it would be that team in this finals here. But anyway, getting back to my stream schedule. So, Turlock's 1v1 tournament. I'm in the second, so we went through the first group stage. I won all my games, and now we're on a second group stage, which basically the first group stage just kind of removed the inactives, and now we're on the second group stage. So I will have, hopefully, 3 sets of 4 games, so 12 games total 1v1 to stream for you guys soon, and hopefully I'll advance to the bracket stage, and we'll have that. So for the most part now, I'll be doing some more 1v1 stuff when I'm streaming. But I have on Sunday at 20 GMT is my match against ISIS, my ISIS best god. I'll have 4 games for you Sunday at 20 GMT. Otherwise, I don't have the other games scheduled yet, but I'll stream them. They should recreate Ensemble Studios first. Plan on Anatolia was ruin ISIS. You didn't quite ruin ISIS, but you did slow him down. Us observing felt like you should have gone to the pocket, Thor, and killed his base town center because he was forward building everywhere. But anyway, as far as tonight, I'm going to end the stream now. It's 11:30 something, and I've got kids that wake up at 6:30, so I need my sleep. Kids are hard. They always have energy, and I think they suck it from adults. So, like, Cam will just suck energy from me, and he'll get crazier as the day goes on, and I get sleepier. So, I don't think I will play a game. 11:30. No, I can't. There he is right there. He looks so angelic. My kids look angelic on my desktop screensaver until they start running around. I don't see any immediate games to play. A couple team games, so no. I'm gonna have to turn it in for the night. So you will, yeah. You guys will have to wait until probably the weekend because I do work. Well, you may get a lucky stream from me tomorrow, maybe, but I don't know. That would be iffy at best. Otherwise, you'll have to wait till the weekend, and I should have a few streams for you this weekend at some point. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching the games tonight. And I guess I can let's get on my overlay here. I got my chat working, so yeah, here I am. Alrighty, well, that is it for tonight. So you guys can see my beautiful face right before I turn the stream off. And I'll see you guys hopefully this weekend. Definitely, you guys can tune in 20 GMT for my tournament games. You can either watch it here on this channel or somebody will probably, thank you. Somebody will probably stream it as far as casting it, but we'll see who does. So now I got to get to bed. You guys, I tell you what, you guys are the worst influences in my life. You guys have made me stay up late so many times, and this time I'm putting my fist down. I will not stay up late. 11:30 is already too late for a guy who has 2 kids. Sorry. Yeah, you guys are terrible influences on me. No, stop it, Zoopy. Stop it. So, sorry. Yeah, so you guys can watch later on this weekend. And if you're really bored and you need more, you do check out the old YouTubes. I got a lot of old recorded game casts and such that you guys can watch. So if you haven't had enough, you can find other things to watch. But anyway, again, thanks for watching, guys. It is always enjoyable having people to watch the games with me, and for my Twitch friends, my YouTube friends, and any other friends. You can just play it. That's fine too. You don't have to watch. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, for like the 10th time, I'll see you guys hopefully this weekend and maybe before. That's all for now. So bye and good night.